Right, if you cast your mind back, there was this bloke called Nick Vending who did gun videos. And yeah, he hasn't posted in ages. Sorry about that. So, did a video about this S400. Crowing away, I'd bought it cheap, wasn't it fantastic, blah 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 blah. Yes, it's real good looking. It's a paperweight because it doesn't work. Oh, should have seen that one coming, shouldn't I? No such thing as a free lunch, or indeed a cheap one. So, what's wrong with it? Charge it up and all the air comes pouring, and that's done up really bad. Of course it is. Why on earth would it not be? Anyway, the valve underneath there, the big old original job, it leaks like crazy, so got to replace it. First thing, let's make this a bit more manageable, break it down a bit. Not going to do step by step. I'm sure you can all work out how to take the moderator off, how to take a telescopic sight off, and how to take the stock off. If not, there's bound to be other videos. Fact is, I'm getting criticism about how long my videos are and how in depth I go, so I'm having to make them shorter for the TikTok generation. Right, well, the original valve is a 17mm spanner, and you may notice that I've taken off this barrel support because as I was trying to undo this, the actual cylinder was turning and it was trying to bend the barrel. So yeah, Jesus, this is turning into one of those jobs. Right, out to the workshop, into the vise. Before anyone says it, yes, my workshop is in one hell of a state. Real mess at the moment. Right then, got it clamped in the vise, not too tight to crush the cylinder, but at the same time hopefully not slack enough that it just turns. And let's see. No, that's just turning. Can't even shock the bastard. There we go. Oh, no, wait. That's totally separate parts coming out now. God damn it. Oh well. Maybe I'll be able to have a bit more luck with that. Or maybe I've just completely cocked it up. Who knows? Dares to discover. God damn these bloody air guns. This is why you struggle to find gunsmiths who actually want to work on air guns, because they're assholes. The guns, I mean. Bloody hell, this is a long thread. Oh, I should have mentioned at the very start, of course, this gun has got absolutely no pressure in it. So, that's how I'm able to do this. If it had have been pressurised, there's no way I'd have done that. So always make sure your gun is totally empty. I will put a little note at the start of the video about that. And put this somewhere safe now so as I don't get a load of crap down in it. Right, let's try again. Try and keep it upright so that crap doesn't fall down into it. You see what I mean? I'm sure you do. Yeah, you'll understand. Right then. Is this going to work? Probably not. No, of course not. Do you know what? It would not surprise me if a bit of heat is needed on this. Right, well, I'll get back to you once I've worked out what the solution is. Okay, well, the solution was grip it tight and go for it. Dak dak time. Yeah, well, it ain't dumb if it works. Obviously I'm going to clean it up, but I'm going to take this seal off now. Shoot, no, wait, sorry, I apologise. That's not the seal. Oh, I know. Assume not anyway. It does look integral. Right, let's see. There we go, there's the new one. I thought that was a doubty seal to start with, but now I'm having doubt. If I wasn't playing about in my workshop, I'd have my own comedy channel. I'm just going to see whether that will come off. Yeah, I'm just going to give it a little bit of convincing, just to see whether it come off. But yeah, because it does kind of look like that, don't it? What we got thread-wise? Let's just check it's the right thread. Always helps. Oh, look at that, it's the right thread. Oh my god. Oh, it even tightens up. Wow. Who knows, one of my jobs might actually go well. Yeah, I know. I almost sounded convincing then. Almost. Glad I had that moment of doubt with the what turned out to be a doubty seal. Yeah, it needed to come off. So, yeah. A little bit of a pain. I had to lever it off. Messed up a bit of the finish here and there, but do you know what? You're not going to see it when the gun's being used. Because the cover will be on it. So, yeah, doesn't overly bother me. It's my gun, so I've messed it up. But let's face it, it was cheap and broken. Yeah, and probably won't sell it, because I'm not very good at selling guns. Anyway, enough blithering on. Clean this up, get the faces all ready, nice, and put the new valve. Where the hell's the new? Oh, there. Put the new valve on. Hopefully, job's a goujon. Our old friend Bristle Brush. Oh god, I'm going to a party tonight. I already sound like I'm drunk. Always a good start to the weekend. Yeah, just clean up these surfaces, get the crap off. I prefer to use the brass over the plastic because I don't find that the plastic actually cleans anything. I find the plastic just sort of wipes it, whereas the brass gets in there and flicks, and you know that it's got the stuff out. Oh, it's actually, I do like the finish that the brass gives on the metal. It gives it almost like a greened sort of finish. Take my word for it, this looks better in real life. Oh, we're focusing on my spanner. Oh no, we're back. Yeah, yeah, okay. The edge there's a little bit chewed, sorry about that. Life. Don't talk to me about life. There's a seal here. That's my seal impersonation. Yeah, well, I think I will actually get a rubber plastic brush in there. Oh, yeah, I think I'll just go around that with a plastic bristle brush just to clean up the seal, but threads, keep my finger there to avoid getting any shite on the seal. Last thing you want to do is get any crap on these threads. Get it all gummed up when you're trying to put it back together. Oh, I'm in danger of having a fast forward moment here where people think, oh, he's yammering on and he's just doing the same thing. I'll flick it on, so without further ado, edit point. I got the compressor out and just blasted through this as well, because the last thing you want is for there to be any residue left in it that will then end up in your valve and clog that up, because it may well be this. It's either the spring's gone, which wouldn't surprise me, or there's probably some poop or some corrosion in there, and that's what's stopping it from sealing. Very annoying. It's really boingy, 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 boingy. I've got the new one. Oh, that's way stiffer. So yeah, I think the spring's gone. That's a pain. Alright, there's a new Doughty seal on. There's a new valve going on. You just have that horrible thought in your head where you think, right, is it longer? Slightly longer. Is it going to stop the cap going on? Ew. God, I hope not. I really hope not. Anyway, what I'm going to do, pop that in the vise, give it a little bit of a nip, just enough, not stupidly, but just enough, just so as it knows it's tight, but not stupidly tight, because you don't need to over tighten these little Doughties, simple as that. That one was tight as hell, purely because, well, age, things get stuck together. This one, hopefully, doesn't need to be like that. Right, pop it in the vise. I'll have to give it all a bit of a clean off afterwards. This new one from Best Fittings. There you go, that's the details. To work out which way is going to be up when I edit this, but hey. Yep, that there is the part that I bought. It's 14mm, so it's not as meaty as the old one. And let's just give it a nice little... I'm calling that done, just in case. If it does start leaking, then obviously I'll have to tighten it up, but I don't think it will. Just getting these threads, get them bits of sawdust out. Now the temptation here would be to put some oil on these threads, because of course you're there thinking, well, it's going to go back in, and what if I need to take this part out? You don't want this part to come out, this is just literally a piece of metal. So that's the part you want to come out. You want a bit of gumming on these threads, you want them to actually weld themselves together. Unless you have to replace this seal, now that's going to be a nightmare. Let's hope I don't have to do that. Okay, clean. And another fast forward bit, because people just got bored. There you go, back together. I didn't consider that it needed massively tightening up. Hoping it's not going to then come loose when I take the cover on and off, so I will put some oil on this thread here, just to lubricate that. Time to connect it up to the tank and see if she'll take a charge. God, I hope so. I really do. Then, I've got to run it over the crony, but I ain't going to get time to do that today. That's holding pressure at the moment. Connect it up to the bottle. There we go. Now, of course, started filling it up and all I could hear was air escaping. I forgot that when an air arms goes completely flat, the air just pisses straight out the barrel, doesn't it, when you're charging? So I cocked it and I tried firing it off and then it just carried on hissing, so I just left it cocked and that seems to have sorted it out. So, tempted right now to try firing her off with it all connected up, and yeah, well, why not? Forgive the handheld amateur hour here, but I'm just going with it today. So there we go, she's cocked, and this is going to be loud. Oh god, that is loud. Never mind. Bloody hell. You forget just how loud one of these bloody things is without the moderator fit. God, bloody thing. So British, but I don't really want to swear because I don't want any strikes against me. Anyway, held charge, fired. Let's try bleeding out the whip now. This is always the next one. Oh, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. I am a pansy, and I like to wear a leather glove, or use a leather glove to bleed the whip. Okay. This is always an interesting one. You can tell if the valve's leaking if you then do up the whip, leave it for a little while, then come back. Okay, well there's no hiss. So, I'm going to leave it overnight. Hopefully it's cured. Comment section will tell you whether it has or not. Right, all back together. Currently functioning properly. I've adjusted the trigger so that now we haven't got acres of creep and it's actually braking quite nicely. Not great, but quite nicely. Refitted the silencer because it's really loud, and no doubt I'll get a noise complaint if I start running it over the crony without it. Not going to run it over the crony in today's video, going to save that treat for you all later. Anyway, yeah, there we go. That was a relatively easy job, not too bad. Hope you liked the video. If you did, if you could like, share and subscribe, that'd be great. If you didn't like the video, drop a little comment to say why. I'll endeavour to improve for next time. But please don't be dropping comments saying I wish you'd made the video longer, because I'm trying to make them shorter. And I've just been blithering away to myself, very annoyingly, about sorts of rubbish, and not realising that the phone actually wasn't recording, so never mind. Quite late in the day. Right, what I'm doing now, looking down in, making sure there's no corrosion down in the cylinder. For some reason an update on my phone, thank you very much Motorola, means that the torch function won't come on while it's filming now, whereas it used to. So I'm going to have to come away, turn the torch on, look down in there, and then get back to you. Hey, boingy boingy boingy. Time to connect it up to the...